Hello, I'm Andrea Joyce, and I'm the author of 31 Ways to Self Care. 31 Ways to Self Care is a journal, a guided journal that will help you care more for yourself, to prioritize yourself, and to see about yourself. Remember, it's hard to pour out when you have nothing left to pour. Get your copy to get your copy today. Chapter 20. Help someone else. This whole time that we've been talking about self care and tips and tricks and things that we can do to care more for ourselves. In this one, this actually helps you even as you're helping someone else. Remember, it says it's better to give than to receive. You would be amazed at how giving allows you to feel better about yourself and how it allows you to care for yourself. Now, the activities before this one helped you to pour into yourself so you do have something to give. There's nothing like trying to help someone and you're at zero. You're empty. You have nothing to give to them. So, chapters 1 through 19 really helped you to build yourself up, to be able to be filled up, to pour into yourself. So, now at this stage, we're ready to help someone else. And in this helping, it's a little bit different than just helping to burn yourself out and give, and push. No, that's not what I want you to do. I still want you to be wise in your helping. First of all, everyone who asks for help, you will not be able to help. Whether it might be a problem financially or time or place, you will not be able to help every single person that helps you, because if you do, now you're going to be a burden to yourself and to those you love. Always have a reserve for yourself. My dad used to say this, and it's something I have honored. And it's talking about loaning things out. If you're not willing to lose whatever you're going to loan out, then don't give it. My dad never believed in loans. He didn't believe in loaning anything. He just straight up gave it to a person. So whether it was money, whether it was a vacuum cleaner, whatever it was, there was no loaning it to someone. It was a giving. And if they returned it, all well and good, great. If they didn't, all well and good, great. It was something that I was able to afford to not have anyway, or I could replace. So I'm telling you this for your emotions, for your feelings, for your mental stability, for your mental health, for you. If you can't afford to give it completely without strings, without looking for a return, don't do it. And if it's not going to be pure from your heart's desire to do it, don't give it. Don't do things for other people looking for them to return something to you or to even say thank you. That's not what you're doing it for. Don't look to do things for people to get accolades and compliments from others. Oh, wow, you helped them. That is marvelous. You are just the best. You just rock. It's not why you're doing things. It shouldn't be your motive. What it should be is someone needed something. You had access to what they needed, and you wanted with your heart to give it to them, to do it for them. Some ways that you can give. My pastor used to teach it this way. You have time, talent, and treasure. Those are three areas that he would always talk about giving. And so I have also, just like with my dad, put this into my thoughts when it comes to giving. Time. Well, we know what that is. That means, the passing of moments, seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks. That's time. And so sometimes you can give your time. That means if someone needs a ride, if you can go pick up the laundry for someone, if you can do laundry for someone, if you can clean for someone, if you can cook for someone, that's your time. So you give your time as you are able to give it. Remember, keep some reserve for yourself. That means don't spend 24 hours a day helping someone else and you're not pouring anything back into you. Have some reserve for you. You can give with your talent. Well, your talent is your gift. What are you able to do? Are you able to sing? Are you able to dance? Are you able to write? Are you able to sew? Are you able to crochet? Are you able to paint? And if so, then offer your talent to someone. Maybe they need their house painted. Maybe they need a dress. I'll never forget, I was talking about this, and there was a person I knew, and they were going to a prom, but they didn't have a dress. And this seamstress found out about it, and she sold her talent. Not only her talent, but her time, because it takes time to create a dress, a gown, because it was a gown. She sewed it and got it beautiful and presented it to the girl who would not have been able to go to her prom. That's sewing your talent. And then your treasure. Well, what is our treasure? Our money. So he was talking about in the financial aspect. So there are times when there's somebody on your heart, and even if you think they got it and they're a millionaire and they got it all going on and they don't need your help, but in your spirit, it hits and you feel like I should give them this. Give it to them. Here's what I found out. There are some people who in life look like they have it all together. They look like they wear the best fashion, or they do wear the best fashion. They have the biggest house. They drive the best car. They are always giving. It looks like they don't need. But you would be surprised how we wear masks. And sometimes what we show to others is not really what's happening behind closed doors. Some people who look like they have it all together will be the main ones that need your help the most. So never judge a book by its cover. Never assume. So if it's in your spirit to give, go ahead and give. Now the amount is between you and God. That's on you. You don't have to have a set amount. Every month I'm going to give $500 to this person. No, it's whatever's in your heart and in your spirit to do. Here's the other thing that I would just like to say. This is my personal thing. This has nothing to do with the book, but this is just Andrea. You're getting an Andrea truism. I used to do truisms all the time because it would be true for me. It might not be true for you, but this is just how I felt. So here you're getting an Andrea truism. If you're going to do something for someone else, keep it to yourself. I understand. Don't get mad. I get it. There's some people who do things and they like to spotlight it so maybe others will join in. But the true reward comes from silence. It's just a good feeling when you bless someone, and even they may not know that you're blessing them. It might be an anonymous donation. Maybe they don't know. Let them put you out there. Let them brag on you. Let them applaud you. Let them celebrate you. Don't you do it. I always felt a type of way, and I'm just going to be honest about it. When anyone did something for me and they had to tell the world about it, I was like, were you doing it for me or were you doing it for attention? And then there are people like me who are private about some things. Maybe I didn't want the world to know I needed help. Maybe I wasn't trying to get the whole world in my living room and in my business of what I needed. But here you go, putting me on blast. So now the private part of me is now exposed. So now I'm looking at you funny because I don't trust you in that area. And when it comes to me needing help, might not come to you because you're telling the world everything. That's an Andrea truism. I'm very good about being anonymous. I don't need the world to know that I did something because I'm not doing it for the world. I'm doing it because it was in my heart and I had an opportunity to help. So I decided to help. There are times I do things I never say a word. I won't ever say a word either. And here's another thing. You may not have everything, but you got something. You have something you can give to someone. So that's why time is important, because you can give your time. It doesn't cost a whole bunch. Sometimes you're like, well, I could have been doing this. I could have worked and made that. Okay, so I understand. But it doesn't cost to give your time. Yeah, you could be getting paid for your talent. Absolutely could. Someone else may pay $1,500 for what you just sold into a person. So yeah, I get it. It costs. It costs to give your money. You work for it, you work hard for it, and you're like, wait a minute, I got to give my money. It costs. I understand. But the reward is so much bigger than anything you can spend out, pay out, or do for somebody. That feeling you get when you bless someone knowing they needed it, or just because they deserve to have a break, or they just needed a blessing just to be used, is such a blessing. So that's why helping someone else is a great way to self-care. And self-care, oh, is so important. So important. It's something you should prioritize every day.